Trustco is next. Now this one is Namibian, right? But it's listed on the Africa Exchange, JSE. It's a microfinancier, insurance, bit of cell phone, bit of properties, some diamond-related business. It's a bit of a financial conglomerate, you'd have to say, up in Namibia. 1992, it was established by a guy called Quinton van Rooyen, who's still the controlling shareholder. Market cap comes up as 2.8 billion. I'm not sure what the liquidity is like. Price to earnings ratio 8.26. Dividend yield, and it has paid dividends recently of 1.97. Share price chart will go up next. You can see they're not, well, I don't know. I mean, I was kind of going to say they're very illiquid and all over the show, but with some spikes, not too bad.
It seems as if from 2015 the volumes may have gone up a little bit. You can actually see the difference in that share chart and how it looks.
What do you say about this one, though? I mean, I don't really know a lot about the Namibian economy. It's a relatively small population. And you know, these guys are a fair-sized player in the insurance, small loans, and you know, micro contract type business.
Yeah, it's an interesting business. I mean, in Namibia, obviously, it's a big business. I was telling you earlier that they're the #1 company to work for, according to Deloitte in Namibia. So
you mean those Deloitte surveys where they ask?
Yes.
Here in South Africa, I think it's McDonald's or something as well.
I'm not sure which one it is, but they're really proud of it.
Yeah.
But these guys do have a small presence in South Africa, although the South African business is a loss-making business. They also have a presence in Mauritius. And mostly these guys are into lending, insurance, and then they have a couple of investment companies that are holders investments as well.
Yeah.
There's an education business. Funnily enough, in their lending business, student loans is the biggest portion of that lending business, and it kind of ties up with that education portion.
I'm sort of remembering that a year or so ago there was something where they bought something and there was a bit of a kerfuffle about whether or not the value that they'd apportioned to it. Did you pick up that as well? Or has it come out? Something I thought was in the diamond game. So in other words, they said, look, we're buying from the Van Rooyen family an asset which has been valued at a particular level, and there was a bit of toing and froing about whether that was the correct value to ascribe to it.
Yeah, I didn't really pick it up, so it must have kind of faded away.
They decided perhaps not to do the deal because it was an article that I remember reading in the Financial Mail about exactly that. Because I suppose the market value of this thing would be based on the earnings that flow from the ordinary lending activities.
Yes, and another important thing is their property portfolio. So these guys do almost what ASCI and Tongaat do. Yeah. They've got a big property portfolio of in-demand property in and around Windhoek, where there's a housing shortage and as well as a land shortage, because land in Namibia is very tightly held.
Okay.
So what they do is when their earnings start kind of coming off, they kind of release and sell more land. So what's nice about it is the fact that you do get more of a smooth kind of earnings trajectory, but land sales are fickle. It can be lumpy, so a little bit risky.
So not hot on account of these issues?
Yeah, it's a very difficult one to call. It's such a diverse company. There's not one single thing that's kind of keeping it together. The fact that they've been in South Africa for a very long time and they're still not making a profit really doesn't inspire a lot of confidence. So it'll have to be not hot.
Agreed.